Hello Sumit, welcome back to my channel. So this is still the continuation of the palazzo trouser. In this one we'll be learning how to fix the band correctly to your trouser, how to couple the trouser up. If you've been following this trouser tutorial, I have the drafting cutting, which is the part 1 and 2, live in my channel. I'll be dropping the link in the description box for us to go and see if you've not seen it. Okay, the video is very detailed, that's why it has 3 parts. I explained and recorded live, so let's get into it. So the next thing now is to join the back together. I'm gonna head to iron the back also. After which I will spread it open. See this part? That's the next part to join together. So I'm going to place the front pattern on it. Right side facing right side. Can you see it? I'll go ahead and sew it down. So I've run it straight down from this point. So I'm going to turn it the other way so that I can run the other side also. So you can see that the zip is too long. I'll cut it away. Then I'll probably use a candle to bond this part. So now that we've joined the center, we're going to join the sides. And don't forget that you are joining with half an inch all through, okay? So after that, I will go ahead and repeat the same thing for the other side. I will run a straight stitch and join it together straight to the lower part also. So the next thing now, I'll go ahead and hem the lower part before we go ahead and fix the bands to it. Now we added 2 inches for hemming. So I'm going to fold it into 2, which is 1 inch. Can you see it? So you can see me pinning both ends down, okay, so that it will be equal by the time I finish running it. One side will not be bigger than the other side. Can you see what we have? So I'll go ahead and run a straight stitch. So I'll quickly go ahead and repeat the same thing for the other leg of the trouser. The same way we folded the other part, the same way I'm going to fold this other part also. So I'll flip it to the right side so that we can measure the waist to get the right band. So now we'll have to measure the waistline round so that I will know the length of band I am going to cut. So we have 35 and half. Okay, measuring it round is giving 35 and half. I have this pieces of fabric left. The width is 5 inches, so that by the time I fold it, it will go to 2 inches, because I will now use half inch, sorry, to join. Okay, so what I will do now, I will first of all go ahead and join them together. So I forgot to get a straight band while I was cutting, so that's why it's carrying joining. So if you can get a straight band, you don't need to cut. So I'll go ahead to measure it to see if it's up to the inches that we measure the waist. You know, we measure the waist of the trouser around. So I will check if the band is long enough. If it's long enough, then we're good to go. I want this joining part to be at the center back. I'm going to fold the fabric into two so that the joining part can be the center back, can rest on the center back. So after folding it into two, whatsoever measurement I measured round the waist of the trouser, I will divide it into two, because you know that the band itself is already folded into two. So by the time I divide it into two now, I will go ahead and cut it on the fabric. Another thing I want to do to it is that I will go off camera and I will iron paper stay on it, because I want it to give me a little stability, like a little weight. I want the fabric to have a little stability. So I'll go ahead and iron paper stay on it. Then we'll go to the next step. So here is the band. I decided to iron the paper stay on it fully because it wasn't really that thick. So what I will do now, the both sides, I'm going to join the both sides together. So I'll go ahead and flip it to the right side. and iron it properly. So I'm gonna head to iron the band. I'm going to start facing the band from the center, okay? So the band is meant to extend to this point and end here also. So let's see. So I will open my band, okay? I'll open it. I'll place it here like this. So it's too long, so I'm going to make it short according to the size of the waist, okay? So this is where it stops. I'm just going to run a straight stitch across it. So I'll go ahead and pin it inside. You see this joining, I'll push it in. Then I'll bring this one on top like this, okay? Then I'll go ahead and pin it across. You can see what I'm doing. So it takes a lot of time, so I'll go ahead and do it off camera, okay? So you can see what I'm doing. This is the joining. The joining is inside. I'll put this other side of the band on top of it, okay? Then pin it down. I will repeat it like so until I'm done pinning the whole band round, okay? So this is what I'm just going to be doing until I'm done pinning it completely, pinning everything completely. So I've gone ahead to pin it all around. Can you see it? I've gone ahead to pin it all around. So I'll flip it to the right side, okay? And I will sew on it. So you see this line we used in stitching the other part of the band before. It is that same line we are stitching on. So we're completely done with this trouser like this. The next part is for me to go ahead and iron it so that we can see the finished work. Okay, so this is the end of this trouser class.